Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. Now this is the second episode of the Red Review. In this video we'll be talking about Manchester United versus Southampton aftermath. We'll be talking about what the week coming ahead for Manchester United, talking about some individual players and kind of what really happened in that Southampton game, as well as some other bits and bobs as we always do. Now don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe. We have just hit 2,200 subscribers, so thank you very much for that. Now let's talk the Red Review. As I said, new episode every Saturday 7 PM for your faces. So yeah, let's get straight into it. Manchester United vs Southampton aftermath. I'm going to talk about some individual players after, some players I thought were fantastic. But as an overall gist, I don't want to go too much into it because you already would have checked out the match reaction. But overall, the game was very positive. I think this is kind of now, it's been a couple hours after the game, and I've had my thoughts, seen the media kind of online and other people talk about it. A very positive game on the whole. I think Eric Ten Hag and Manchester United thoroughly deserve to get the win today. And I think we set up with a way to do that. And then you look at what Manchester United have done in this game. It was really positive. We created chances. Yes, we gave away a penalty, but a great save by ONANA. An overall very good team performance. Defensively, I thought we were very sound. There was a lot of quality in that midfield, I think, today. I think people are saying we found our level against Southampton. Listen, it was a very convincing win. We take game by game. We've got a game against Barnsley where we can kind of move on and kind of talk about that. And that's a big game. Obviously, we'll be doing the preview shortly for that. I mean, it's a Tuesday game. It's a real important game for Manchester United. But this game against Southampton, we played some good football, some great patterns of play. I think the first 30 minutes was diabolical. We did notice some important things about the game. And I think Eric Ten Hag just wanted to win this game and ultimately wanted to put a convincing performance out there. I think both of those things he did today. We were sharp on the ball. We were great kind of in possession. I think out of possession weren't so great. There's a lot of learning points to be taken, like it is from every game. And I think kind of, I'm going to talk about the Barnsley game now anyway. Going into that Barnsley game, Eric Ten Hag kind of must make some changes. I think he must, just based on the fact it's a Carabao Cup team. It's a Carabao Cup game. I mean, Barnsley, I think they're in Barnsley. I'm sure they're in League One, but maybe even lower down. I'll check now. Barnsley FC, they are in 7th in Football League One. So they lost today against Stevenage 3-0. So listen, this should be a game United should be looking to win 3-4-0. We're at home. Opportunity for some young players. I want to see players like a Mass starting in this game, maybe even a Toby Collier, Ugarte getting his full debut, rotating the centre-back partnerships, getting some players in, because I think Masraoui looked injured. Obviously, we can't risk Martinez and the LIGT getting injured. Changes must be made into that game. As I said, we're going to a bit more depth in the preview, but ultimately this kind of an overview. I think it's a real test for Ten Hag and Manchester United, but I think we will kind of live up to it, because This game is important, and I think what we've shown in that Southampton game, we should have more than enough to beat this Barnsley side. So listen, let me know your thoughts. What do you think will happen in that game? And yeah, let's honestly see what happens. But yeah, I think the aftermath of that game was real positive. I think United put in a very good performance against Southampton, and we really did show that we're a top quality team. Eric Ten Hag showing that. I mean, listen, it is one game at a time. We can't be too reactionary. We say that when we lose, we say that when we win. We can't react too quickly, because we can't be too reactionary. But ultimately for me, I think we are a very good team, and there's a lot of positive to take. So yeah, let's see what happens. I think, as I said, the Southampton game learned us a lot of things. But yeah, let's see what happens now. I'm going to move on to the second point now. Right, I want to talk about Andre ONANA, a player who's got a lot of criticism, but I think today against Southampton, his performance was top quality. I think a player who's, as I said, had it tough, but top performances all round. I think Eric Ten Hag put a lot of faith in him, spending £47 million to bring a goalkeeper in. And we had De Gea, which is a big risk. I think last season it was pretty poor from him. Not to the standard. Yes, he had good glimpses, but he was one of the the main reasons we didn't make it out of the Champions League group stage. Now, this season was a big season for him. He's our #1 goalkeeper, and his performances so far have been spectacular. He made some good saves in the games today. Saving that penalty was brilliant, and the follow-up save, I think that gave us that momentum and trajectory to go and kind of win the game. I think you look at Manchester United, we can see that goal there. I think the whole momentum, the whole shift of the game changes. And I can't see us coming back and winning that game. I think ultimately it was those tiny margins that decide games. I think ONANA was key for us. He's got a top mentality, he's got a top ability, and he is a good goalkeeper, don't get me wrong. And I think he does have what it takes to be a United goalkeeper. He's just got to show a bit more. For me, it's not just about this game. He's a player with a big mentality, a kind of big kind of presence on this football team. And I think you've got to give him credit because it's tough. It's tough coming in as a new goalkeeper, especially replacing David De Gea, who was a football legend at the club, being at the club for 10 years. And look at what you expect from a goalkeeper. He is kind of a modern day goalkeeper. I think sometimes he does take a bit longer on the ball to kind of releasing it. It could be quicker, but other than that, his short passing is brilliant. I think his long passing is a bit kind of 50-50, but I think his overall game is one of the best for the goalkeepers. And I think this needs out a lot. I think it was 16 different centre-back partnerships in front of him. So it is difficult. You need kind of a set partnership to kind of build the foundations around. But I think he's shown a lot of spirit, a lot of mentality, and a lot of fight to kind of come out of that. And I think the best is still yet to come for Andre Onana. He played every game, bar one for us last season, which was the Newport game, because he was at the AFCON. Like, he's 100% reliable, available, loves to play for the football club, and a passionate player. His save percentage is up there. I think he can do better on his shot stopping. I don't think that is the best of his asset, but I think claiming crosses is fantastic. His distribution, sweeper keeper is fantastic. And I think last season we didn't really play to Andre Onana's strengths. I think his strengths are playing a high line. He can come out, sweep, and kind of have a big part to play. I remember there was large moments in last season where he would kind of become that third centre back, split into two centre backs and go in mid, kind of in that high. If we play really, really high with him, he would make a lot of passes and could have got a few assists even last season. So listen, I think he's a very, very good player. I think this season, I think he'll have a very, very good season. He showed it again today against Southampton. Why, for me, he's one of the best goalkeepers in the Premier League. And yeah, credit has to be given. I think Erik ten Hag took in a big risk by signing him. Not many people would have replaced De Gea. I think it was time to go, and I think the switch was necessary. Listen, he's still going to have bumps in the road. His next performance might not be so great, but I think today he's shown why he is one of the best goalkeepers in the Premier League. Now, let me know your thoughts. I know that is a bit of an outrageous take, but for me, that is my opinion, and that is what I think. I think Onana should be someone who should be getting way more praise than he is getting at this current moment. He is getting a lot of criticism, a lot of kind of shots thrown at him, but for me, someone who's remained the ultimate professional during the hard times. He's already won an FA Cup at Manchester United. Hopefully we can get kind of Europa League and FA Cup or Carabao Cup this season, and then kind of build momentum from there. I think it does start from the goalkeeper, and yeah, an integral part of what Manchester United are willing to do. We're kind of playing out from the back. He gets one of the most touches on the ball, and for me, one of my man of the matches for the game today against Southampton, because if he doesn't make that penalty save, the heads drop from the players. We're not really good from away from home, especially from a losing position. Southampton would have had one, maybe could have got two. That Liverpool kind of did, and it would have massively swifted and swinged the momentum. But let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. We're going to move on to the next point now, where I'll talk about another Manchester United player. So yeah, stay tuned. But yeah, Andre Onana for me, that is why I quickly brief summary in about 5 minutes and why he is one of the best goalkeepers for me personally in the Premier League. Then we move on now. So yeah, stay tuned. Let's talk Matis de Ligt, a player who got a lot of criticism. For me, his performance today was absolutely fantastic, and he's had a few good performances after all the criticism he's got the last couple of weeks. And the last week or so, it was a very, very tough week for him over at International G. Van Dijk criticising him, and a lot of other people criticising him all over social media as well. And I think he had a quality performance today, a proper kind of leader in that Manchester United back line. As well as scoring a goal, he's defensively sharp, a proactive defender. And listen, this is the Red review. We kind of review what's gone on. And the main talking point is kind of the Southampton game. The LIT for me was superb. A real top centre back, and I think you look at what United have missed. We missed it. I think Varane could do it, but too inconsistent and way too injury prone. The LIT is the right age, 25. We also got Lenny Euro as well for rotation purposes. This is absolutely brilliant, and I think he has a very good relationship with Ten Hag. He wants to play every single game at Manchester United. He puts 100% into every moment, and that goal was thoroughly deserved today. Could have got a second goal, kept a clean sheet, was key to that. I think even though we lost the Liverpool game, I still thought he was very, very good in that game. I think he was great on the ball. Made some very good interceptions, and for me, he should be a player that United... Listen, it's going to take time for him to kind of adapt to the league. But listen, this is what, 4th game? He didn't start the first 2. Started the last 2. Yes, we kind of lost in the first one. But the second one that he played in, he was an integral part. Contributing with a goal. Playing out from the back. And listen, I'm sure the LIT will score more goals. I mean, if we kind of put more crosses into the box, and we kind of play to the LIT strengths. I mean, we scored 2 set piece goals. That's kind of enough to show you why we should be putting more crosses in. And the LIT is a real asset. He's really, really tall, and he's got that physicality and presence in the box, which United haven't really had over recent years. And you look at his performance, it was a proper centre-back leader performance from kind of start to finish. So listen, I'm really happy with it. I think if there's one thing he could improve on, or maybe a couple of things, he is sometimes a bit too quick and rash in the challenge, but he loves the proactive duel. And listen, straight into the first minute, he's getting in the ball. He's going to duels. He's brave. He's confident on the ball. He likes to step out of possession, play out from the back and build up the pitch. He's always available for the ball. He helps us play that high line. Dominant in possession. Quick movement. Shifts his body really well. Agility is fantastic. And I think, listen, he got turned by Walker Peters once. And the memes would have come in. But he made that one very good block. And I think... I don't know what the right winger's name is. I think it's the number 33 for them. He had a shot. I think it's nestled in the post, and the LIT just clears out of the way. Like, just anticipation reading of the game is fantastic. I'm gonna try to find that right winger's name now, but yeah, for me it was a top performance by him, and I think he deserves a lot of credit. Dibbling. Yeah, Dibbling. What a fantastic player. He's only what? I don't know his age. He is... I don't know how old he is. I think he's about 18, 19 or something like that. But yeah, an absolute fantastic player. So listen, I think as a defensive unit, we did really well. I think the LIT was central to that for me. So... And the goal, it was a great goal, great header, gets a cross goal. And you can see the smile on his face when he scores. So, yeah, for me, the LIT deserves a lot of praise. Now, the next player I kind of want to discuss is Lisandro Martinez, the player who's starring next to the LIT. I think the LIT, for me, was our best defender, but Martinez went very under the radar. I think the passes to break the line were brilliant. I think his all-round play was fantastic. He has a very good relationship with kind of the LIT. He went to left back for parts of the game and looked comfortable there. Obviously got taken off. Hopefully it's just precautionary. But yeah, he was a top defender, and I think that relationship is gonna thrive really well when Euro comes into the team. I'm sure we'll have a game and they'll have a good partnership, or whoever he plays with there. I think for me, it's just all about that balance, and I think they have that very good balance. And with the defence, it's about the partnership, and the partnership from De Ligt and Martinez is really superb. Something that I'm really happy with, and I think they can get a lot of this Manchester United team, and I think they can by working together as a defensive unit will be fantastic. So I've talked about some players now. I want to talk about a few more. Garnacho and the kind of attacking aspect. I mean, just quickly on De Ligt, I mean, he did get man of the match in the game, which tells you everything you need to know. But let's talk about the attack. Erik ten Hag has got a big problem, a good problem on his hands. Does he start Garnacho, Ahmad, or Rashford in the wing position? I think three players have done exceptionally well. I mean, Rashford not so much. I think Rashford had a pretty underwhelming season, but now that he's scored a goal, got his confidence back, Erik ten Hag is going to really have a dilemma on who should start. I think you look at Garnacho, he comes off the bench, makes an instant impact. He's confident on the ball, driving at players. He's such a confident player. Same to Rashford. Rashford's just sharp when he gets the ball. You can see the goal that he scored. Great goal, by the way. The momentum that shifts, and as I've always said, Rashford's a confidence player. When he's confident, he'll take on the shot, he'll take on his man, and you can see that in the game that he played today. His performance was brilliant. Garnacho, brilliant. And Ahmad, listen, he didn't get the goal, but I think he still had a very positive and dominant performance. Taking on his man, cutting inside. I think sometimes he's a bit too predictable, but he likes to interlink play. He was very good on the counter-attack. And ultimately, for me, is a player that United have kind of... He's waited a long time for this sort of moment. He's had the loans, he's had all of that. But I think he's done really well to kind of get to the place that he's at now. And I think for me, he will just continue to develop. He's 22, and he can only get better from here. So yeah, let's see what happens with that. But I think for me, the forward network at United is very strong at the moment. We've got Xerxes, who's playing really well at this moment. You've got Xerxes as well. Ahmad, Rashford. You've got Holland kind of returning back. It's going to make a very good unit, Manchester United, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for kind of that attacking thing, as well as just talking about that Southampton game. This video is mainly about the Southampton game, I can't lie, but yeah, Ugarte making his debut as well. Like a lot of positives to take from the game, but yeah, let's honestly see what happens. I think this red review is a bit of a different one. We'll have more to talk about, but yeah, overall, I think the Southampton game provides us with a lot of positives. The attacking thing, I think Xerxes, a very good player, a key player for us at this moment. I think he's best off the number 9. Listen, he's goal scorer and should be scoring goals. He should have had 2 or maybe 3 today. 2 against Liverpool, and listen, he's got to be more clinical. But for me, playing him behind Bruno and behind Højlund will be best. But the issue is, you can't bench Bruno to play Xerxes. But yeah, let's see what happens with that. But yeah, let's talk Barnsley game quickly. I talked about it briefly at the start, but then I'll wrap it up by talking about that. This Barnsley game is huge. There's a chance for Ten Hag to win the trophy. I think we've got the great side of the draw, getting Barnsley on that side, and I think we've got to have a big game to win this. So I think ultimately it's a big game. And yeah, let's see what happens. But yeah, sorry it's been a bit all over the place. This has been the Red Review episode 2. Thanks for watching. Peace.